Minnesota was not promised to us 3,000 years ago, guys. It was supposed to be Arizona. What are you guys doing? Let's take some nice. It's too cold.
I wasn't going to say nothing about the Somalia fraud stuff that's going over there in Minnesota, but they can beside themselves.
You know, like the racists are actually just jealous of Somalis because of how successful we became in a matter of one generation.
Girl, ain't nobody jealous.
What's up, guys? Welcome and welcome back to this YouTube channel. So, guys, I know by the time you're watching this video, it's already a new year, and so happy new year to you too. Let me know where you're watching this video in 2026 from, guys. So, I want us to get right into the topic of the day, and which is a situation that is continuing to escalate online on the social media platforms, and this is about the reaction of the Somalis immigrants in the United States that are coming out to lament now that they have been exposed. You know, the freeloaders once said that the Americans should go to work and give them a life, and and they said how one could do that. They did not know that this would really come back to haunt them, and now this is the time, and Donald Trump is cracking the whip on them, and it is their time to face the consequences of the leader that they themselves also participated in electing, and who is, in this case, Donald Trump is pleasing many by how he is dealing with the Somali immigrants, because they have been involved in way too many fraudulent activities, and even the black people, the black Americans, they feel that this is the right move for them, because the the resources that they have been taking away from America, they are those that also have been made to improve or to be a share of the black Americans in the United States. Remember, guys, the United States have had a certain amount of level of inequalities in the distributions of resources or federal funding, and these have had the black community says that they should get this. These Somalis immigrants should get this, and there is no way they are getting our support. And so, guys, let's get into watch these videos, and then I will come back again at the end of these videos with a deep dive into this whole issue and what it implies and what it means for future, and even more so in 2026. See you guys.
Because you got rich in one generation. You know how that happens? From stealing from us. Yeah, because in Somalia, you can't steal from nobody because y'all don't got shit. How am I be jealous of somebody marrying their brother just to get them over here in America? Over here, that's called incest, okay? It's not legal. And that's nasty.
People are saying, how come Somalis have nice cars and we don't? We've been here like how many generations? We were born here. Our ancestors are from here.
See, I hate when people talking about coming over here and, oh, we got success. But did you have success in your own country? Why don't you go back to your country and be successful there? Oh, you can't. Donald Trump said it was a shithole.
They're jealous of our success because they expect us to be at the bottom of the bottom.
You know what we expect when you bring your ass over here is to work hard, okay? Work your ass off instead of trying to get over on us, okay? That's something we don't like.
Right. And then we come here one generation, we work hard, we save our money.
You talking about working hard and saving. Yeah, you working less and saving fraud money. Yeah,
Somalis are not the only community that committed fraud, okay?
You're not smart, are you? Huh? Because you just confirmed that y'all do fraud. Damn, where's ICE when you need them?
Like when you're an immigrant group and you're black on top of that and you're African, they hate you to be successful.
Stop this shit with this damn race. I'm tired of the race shit, okay? What y'all thought y'all was going to do is come over here and steal and take and think that nobody was going to catch y'all. This don't have nothing to do with race, okay? So don't pull that shit. Just chop it up for what it is. Y'all got caught. Y'all going to get deported. And that's that.
Trump has now fiercely cracked down on Somalis in Minnesota.
Call 911! Call 911! They're doing kidnapping!
After the massive Somali fraud scheme in Minnesota, Trump has decided to remove the temporary protected status of Somalians in the US. And now there is nothing holding his administration back from deporting the people that should not be here. People like these gangbangers and P3DOs. People like the Somalis that are threatening to unalive the mother of the 12-year-old girl that got SA'd by this man. America is tired of being used and abused by people manipulating our system to support the country they left. America is tired of people coming into our country and trying to turn it into the hell they ran away.
Hating on Somalis is not going to get you anywhere. Also, we never gave a f. We also will never give a f.
Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day, free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah.
Do not take Americans' generosity and kindness as weakness. Beware when doing something like this. At a time where communities feel overwhelmed by unvetted migration and culture tension, this move isn't seen as diversity. It is seen as a symbol of something bigger. In Vermont, Venusi School District, administrator raised a Somali flag over a public American school district. People across the country is asking, how is this even possible in the United States? While there is no law prohibiting foreign flags being raised on American soil or American school, we need to address this. The only flag that should be raised at American public school is an American flag. After seeing that video, how do you view that flag being raised on American soil at an American school?
Ancestors are from here.
See, I hate
The president says he doesn't want any Somalis living in the U.S. after a few dozen were implicated in a COVID relief fraud case.
Ripped off that state for billions of dollars. Their country's no good for a reason.
How deep does this fraud rabbit hole go? We're told it gets up potentially $8 billion here in the state.
78 people have been charged at this point. 77 of them are small.
What are your thoughts on some of the fraud? Have you heard about that?
Of course I heard that, my friend, but to me, those cases is individual persons.
I've been in America 27 years. I have my own business. I have my own family. I never have any problem.
I've been working all my life hard. I flee Somalia when I was like 14, I think.
14, okay.
Yeah.
Hold the f up, because see, it's not like we made this shit up. Y'all told us repeatedly, you are not black. We are not black. We are Somali. We're proud of our Eurocentric features. We don't have Negro features. But now that the shit done hit the fan, now you're black? Say we was cool with it. Okay, you're not black. But now what? Are you feeling a little black right now? Getting a little taste of what it is to be black in America, huh? All of a sudden you got all this air in your chest, all this smoke for the black community. Why aren't the black people standing with us? We marched when George Floyd died. Don't nobody give a fuck ass. Fucking miss me with that transactional fucking bullshit. But the craziest part of all of this is it's the white people that are calling y'all dirt, that are trying to run y'all up out this country. Where's the smoke for them? Scared, huh? Scared to puff your chest up to the white people, huh? Yeah. Don't nobody want to claim their blackness. Don't nobody want to get shoulder to shoulder with black people. Get out here with their boots in the mud and get some shit done until shit starts affecting them. I don't know if you've been paying attention since this whole thing started, but we're going to tell you like we told everybody else. This is not our fight. You do not get to blatantly disrespect us continually and yet somehow still feel entitled to the voices and labor of black people. That is not how this works. You, along with everybody else that voted for Trump, you voted for that. Yeah, but you thought it was only going to hurt other people. And the cold hard fact is the majority of you voted for him. And I guarantee you would do it again.
The Somali fraud rings are way worse than anybody understands. We're now finding out and being told that in those grocery stores that they open in their little shopping centers, they just skim the SNAP benefits, welfare, food stamps, and nothing exchanges. They basically just slide the card and empty all that money into their bank account. And they're doing this nationwide. This is not just a Minnesota thing. This is everywhere. And it's the same MO. They get a shopping center, grocery store, restaurant, and or daycare. And don't forget the home health. A lot of home health, and they're screwing over a bunch of veterans. Home health is working for veterans. They're saying they show up to take care of these veterans, to clean for these veterans, but they're not actually doing it. They're just billing the hours. And when they get caught, all they do is change the name from one LLC to a different one, and they just keep doing it. Yeah, this is going to be hundreds of billions of dollars when we get to the end of it.
So I've watched a lot of interviews with Somalians, and at this point, I'm fairly convinced that they are possibly the most arrogant people who've ever existed on the entire planet. But they're almost a little too arrogant. They say things that just don't naturally roll off the tongue, like this lady.
It feels home. I keep telling, I used to say in 2001, whether you like it or not, we're here to stay. So the sooner you get used to us, the sooner we'll all get along. And, suck it up, just what? We're here. We're Americans just like you.
The sooner you get used to us, the sooner we'll all get along. That's the sort of thing you're told as a kid when you're forced to be around somebody you don't want to be around at all. It's not the sort of thing you say to people whose country is giving you a new home. And naturally, this comes into play with Ilhan Omar. Here she is after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, stating that his legacy as an American should be in the dustbin of history, but she should be in Congress.
But I am not going to sit here and be judged for not wanting to honor any legacy this man has left behind. That should be in the dustbin of history, and we should hopefully move on and forget the hate that he spewed every single day.
And as bad as that is, it's not as bad as this new clip of Ilhan Omar.
And I want to underscore the importance of using every single leverage that we have at our arsenal, because we do have a lot of leverage. We need to make sure that those who are collaborating with the authoritarian regime pay a costly price.
Should pay a costly price. I'm sorry. This woman from Somalia who married her brother is stating that anybody who's collaborating with the democratically elected Trump administration here in the United States should pay a costly price. There's just too much arrogance across the board. It's like they've got assurances that they're going to be okay no matter what they do. I'm starting to wonder if these people aren't just seriously shock troops imported by the globalists, who by definition think that our country needed to be refounded, that it was always wrong, and that it needs to be completely remade. And then all Americans who don't conform to that new ideal need to be in the dustbin of history. Because this has been a very long-standing, slow-burn color revolution. It's been a coup organized around this new dogma of obsessions with bigotry. Since Trump was elected, they've been throwing Ilhan Omar out front a lot. It's like they're using her for bait. But now she's talking about paying a price. How anybody who, quote unquote, collaborated with our elected administration. And you just got to start worrying when somebody like Ilhan Omar is talking about consequences. That her and her gang of Somalians, who seem not worried at all, are talking about leveraging their power to bring about consequences for Americans for electing our own government.
So, guys, these are the clips for you, and I hope you have watched them all. And one thing that will come out from the clips is that you will realize that social media has a way of rewarding noise before truth, and loud clips travel faster than contests, and mockery often goes viral long before consequences shows up. And guys, that is exactly what we are witnessing now. In the case of these Somali immigrants and these boys that made these clips, they went viral for them mocking the Americans, and especially the white Americans, insinuating that they are fools who goes out to work so hard, work a 9 to 9 job, and a 6 to 9 job for this, and come and feed these Somali immigrants, and they said all they need is just a daycare without any children, and that has come, and now the regret is all over, because this ego, now they don't know where to hide themselves anymore, because the case have been revealed. And it's a big kudos to this YouTuber Nick Shally that has exposed them. And guys, not too long ago, guys, the Somali American voices online were riding a wave of viral attention. Videos circulated mocking Americans, and even especially the Black Americans, portraying them as weak, dependent, or as culturally inferior. And the tone was bold, dismissive, and unapologetic. Even more striking was the repeated declarations that we are not Black and we are Somali. And that line wasn't just about identity; it was about a separation, about distancing distancing themselves, and about superiority in this digital age. And guys, for a while it worked. Likes went up, shares multiplied, mockery turned into cloud. But then the reality has entered the conversation. When Nick Shalley's guys' content exposing empty daycares and questionable narratives began circulating, the energy has now shifted. And what was once framed as jokes suddenly became subject to public scrutiny. And guys, the same platforms that amplified the mockery are now beginning to ask uncomfortable questions, and the same audiences that laughed, at these videos, viral videos, and now are paying closer attention. And guys, that is when the regret is quietly appearing. And guys, suddenly the language has changed. The defiance has softened. The sharp separation is blurred. And now the message is about unity, about being misunderstood, about standing together with Black Americans. And guys, the pivot was fast, but the internet remembers, guys, and that is when what you are seeing, the Black Americans content creators, when the Somalis are calling out for unity, they are sending them these clips, reminding them of what they said and called themselves as freeloaders. And guys, here is an uncomfortable truth, a solidarity that cannot be activated only when pressure arrives. You cannot loudly reject blackness when it benefits you, then reach for Black unity when accountability shows up. Identity is not a switch you flip depending on the temperature of the room. And this is one thing that these Somali migrants should understand. And guys, the Black Americans have been saying this for years. They have spoken openly about delineation, about how their historical struggle is often used as a cover, a leverage, a comparison, while their voices are ignored or dismissed. And in that case, guys, we see that the Somali communities, a lot of the majority of the Black Americans, they were against the Trump administrations, guys. But the Somali community, they came out and endorsed Trump, you know, and now it is time that Trump's whip is cracking on the Somalis, and now it is the time they are calling the Black Americans for unity, But now, guys, we will not see that happening any soon. And what we are seeing now isn't confusion; it is consequences. When people mock a country that gave them the opportunity, mock a community that has fought the civil rights, others now benefit from, and openly distance themselves from Black identity, there is going to be a reaction, not because of hate, but because words matters. And public rhetoric, it reshapes public responses. And guys, this movement is ironic because the call for unity is coming after the mockery, after distancing themselves, after declarations that we are not Black. And the unity in that context sounds less like principle and more like damage control. And that is the response here, guys. Unity is not protection you demand when you are exposed. It is responsibility you should uphold even when no one is watching. Respect isn't about retroactive. You don't get to write yesterday's words because today's feels uncomfortable. And guys, this is not about attacking Somalians as people. Communities are not monoliths. Many Somali Americans have contributed positively, and they have worked and lived quietly without online theatrics. And this is about a viral culture of mockery that mistook attention for immunity. And guys, the internet gave the clout, but also gave receipts. If a real unity with Black Americans is truly desired, it won't start with trending hashtags or sudden appeals. It will start with acknowledgement, with humility, with understanding, guys, that why certain words caused offense and why certain lines once crossed cannot simply be erased, because unity built on convenience will always collapse under pressure. And the internet, guys, as we have seen, it will never forget. And so, guys, that is the hard truth and the hard topic for the Somali communities that are now, they are now getting furious. They are now agitated that they are tricks and gimmicks that have been used to misquander or misappropriate fundings from state governments are getting exposed by people that desire to see the growth of America as a nation. And so, guys, that is it for now. Remember, I'm your host, John Unfiltered Commentaries. If you have watched up to this far, I really appreciate for your support. And guys, you can also check out on my description box of how you can be of help or great support to this YouTube channel. And guys, you'll see a link there that you can buy me coffee, guys, and help in supporting my research and also my content delivery. And guys, so with that, see you in my next episode.